What's going on, everybody? Before I start, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. This channel is brand new and is dedicated to both playing Minecraft and reading Reddit. I gotta give a huge shout out to Baby Jamie1. He makes the exact same content on his channel with a ton more videos. I'll throw his channel on screen real quick. Please check him out if you want similar content. His channel's amazing. So yeah, let's get started with this world. I think the purpose of today is going to be to gather some starting materials. I'm definitely going to try and work on this world on the side and not bore you with the random material gathering in the future, but for now, we'll just kick it off. Boyfriend 25 male told me he used to ask out fat girls for fun. Am I 22 female right to be disgusted by him? My boyfriend and I have been dating for 1 year. He's a very tall, attractive guy. He was on the hockey team in university, and his team was kind of like a bunch of frat dudes. But he never seemed like that kind of guy. He was always very kind and sensitive with me. He also seems to be a very respectful and caring person. He's in medical school right now. Some of his buddies from his former team came over yesterday and were just talking and hanging out. They start talking about their old shenanigans in university. My boyfriend said, "Remember that time I broke the record for our chunky chick challenge?" First off, craziest name ever, but okay. I asked what this chunky chick challenge was, and he said the goal was to ask out as many fat girls in a week. Everyone would put money in the prize pool, and winner would get the entire prize pool at the end of the week. Basically, he asked out like 50 fat girls over text or in person, secretly recording their combo, and then ghosted them on the date. Wow. I was shocked and said that was so mean and gross. Yeah, of course. My boyfriend said the challenge was just a joke and for fun. He accused me of overreacting. Am I though? Whoa, okay. Some top comments. One is this person quotes the story, that quotes the part where the OP says, he also seems to be a very respectful and caring person, and comments, apparently only to people who he deems attractive enough to be treated decently. Wow, yeah. Zombie Slayer 13X says, preach, can't wait till he's a doctor and has to deal with women and teenage girls who may or may not have weight issues. Yeah, exactly, right? Bet he'll be a treat. Yeah, that's insane. There you go. Auntie Venom says, gross. If your boyfriend still says it's a joke after maturing a bit and doesn't understand the deplorable nature of his actions and is telling you that you are overreacting and not fessing up to being a waste of space in college, yeah, that's a no. Character counts. Totally agree. This next comment, their account is deleted, but it says, I know a lot of people here are saying, yes, you are right, but you didn't choose to be disgusted and shocked. You just were. Yeah, wow, that's a really good point. People don't choose their feelings, and feelings aren't something you sit around and have intellectual debates about. It doesn't matter if you're right or not. The fact is that you feel disgusted, and there's no reasoning that feeling away. So you're asking the wrong question. The real question is, do I want to spend more time with someone who doesn't find this behavior disgusting? Yeah, this commenter brings up a great point about it. The OP's just feeling this way off rip, which the fact that the boyfriend doesn't is really, really worrying. All right, the fact that this village is right here is super convenient, and this wheat is even better, so off to a good start. All right, here's the update as of March 7th, 2019, 4 days after. Quick update. I confronted my boyfriend after his friends left and told him that I was genuinely concerned about his treatment of those girls. I said he lacked empathy and can't believe he doesn't see what was wrong with his actions. He finally acknowledged that yes, what he did was mean. He says that he didn't want to seem boring to his friends. I said I thought he was better than that. That's insane. Yeah, well, being boring and being cruel. Whoa, okay. I told him I was worried about how he'd treat me if I gained weight in the future. He said that I was the type of person to, quote, always stay skinny. Wow. I can't even believe that that's his first response to that. It's not like, no, I'd never treat it. It's just because she's staying skinny. That's insane. I said he can't be so sure of that, especially if I get pregnant. Yeah, great point. I said I was scared by his shallowness. I'd be too. Long story short, I broke up with him. He's super sad and has been apologizing nonstop via text. No matter what he says, I just can't get his cruelty out of my head. It's made me much less attracted to him, and I don't want to be associated with that kind of person, as I am a new grad nurse in an eating disorder clinic, and I see the kind of effect that rude comments and actions have on young women. One of the teenage girl patients is anorexic because she used to be fat and bullied in school. I am disgusted to think that my boyfriend embodies the cruelty of her bullies. Whoa. Relevant comments. Pika789 says, I'm a guy. I knew people like that. My guess is that he does not feel bad at all. He only feels bad because he saw how you reacted to it. He most likely thought he was doing those fat girls a favor by giving them attention. Don't be fooled, OP. He does not feel bad. He's got a lot to prove if he wants to show any remorse for being cruel. Yeah. Wow. Guardian Complex says, you're an eating disorder nurse and he thought you'd find that story funny. Sounds like you dodged an idiot bullet as well as a psychopath bullet. You made 100% the right decision. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, I mean, this boyfriend stood no chance. He joked about it until this OP showed her disgust and then switched up on his feelings. Like, that's insane. You know he doesn't feel bad at all. Like, yeah, insane story. Glad you got away from him, OP. Hope you're doing better. All right, second story for the day. AITA for installing a camera in my room to see if my mom is lying to me. Wow, okay. I, 19 male, and my mom, 49 female, have had numerous fights the past few weeks, most of which are on the same topic, that being her going into my room and looking around without me knowing. Basically, every time I would leave the house for work or anything else, I would always leave my door fully closed, but would come back to see it open. Also, I would be incredibly positive that certain things had been moved around or straight up gone. So naturally, I'd ask my mom if she had gone into my room. She would always say no. Now, maybe the first couple of times I could play it off as me forgetting to close my bedroom door, but once it started happening multiple times a week, I knew that wasn't the case. So yesterday, I went out and bought one of those Bluetooth surveillance cameras. Yeah, that's super smart. At this point, I was super positive she was going into my room behind my back and then lying about it. I just wanted proof because I knew this would just continue happening otherwise. Yeah, smart. This morning before I left for work, I made sure the camera was working, closed my bedroom door completely, then headed out. At around midday, I got a notification on my phone that the camera had detected some motion, so I pulled it up to view the recording. Wouldn't you know it, there was my mom going through my drawers, closet, and desk. Wow. She was even grabbing certain things and tossing them into the hallway. I closed the video feed seething, making sure I saved it first, and planned to confront her first thing when I was done with my shift. When I got home, I immediately asked her if she had gone into my room. She said no. I responded by pulling up the video and holding my phone in front of me so she could see it. Instead of apologizing, she exploded. She screamed at me for installing a camera in her house without her permission. I responded by demanding an explanation of her going into my room. She insisted that she had a right to as my mother. She began questioning certain things in my room, to which I said it's none of her business. I mean, the biggest thing that I'm picking up on right now is you're 19 and she's 49. Like, you're an adult, you can do what you want. At this point, I was done. I stormed off and went to my room. Within the hour, my phone started blowing up with messages from family, all siding with my mom. They're all siding? Telling me I'm insane for putting up a camera. I kid you not, the entire family is on my mom's side except for my dad. What a goat. What a goat. Here we go. Unfortunately, my dad can't stop this himself as my parents split up a year ago and he isn't allowed in my mom's house. Okay, I think that does make it more difficult because they're split up, but at least he's on your side. Like, that's good. I feel like I'm doing nothing wrong here. Like, it's my only space in the house where I keep my things, relax, and do my own stuff. Or am I just completely out of my mind? OP, yeah, you're completely in the right here. I don't really understand why your mom would go through your stuff multiple times a week, expecting things to change. Okay, here's a little bit of extra information. I have never stolen anything, not from stores or other family members. I have never had a history of drugs or smoking and vaping. The things I saw from the video of her taking from my room have been these. Okay, here we go. A notebook, a pair of sneakers from my collection, a few pairs of my pants, my second bedside lamp, and old paychecks from my work. I really wonder what she's going for here. I mean, I feel like the notebook could be attributed to her trying to figure out more about your personal life. She wants to like snoop on maybe a journal or something. And old paychecks, that's got a lot of personal information on there. So I don't know, that's like insane. The clothes stuff, I wonder if they're for someone else. OP also added that he doesn't pay rent. Okay, I wonder if the mom's gonna use that. Update number 1. Over the course of the week, I'm going to start moving things to my dad's place. I'm also not telling my mom about it until everything is gone. I appreciate you all making me realize my mom was overstepping a lot. Yeah, great plan by you, OP, to move stuff. That is super smart, just to get out of there as soon as you can. Update 2. I did what many of you suggested and checked my credit to make sure no money went magically disappearing. I'm pleased to see that nothing was gone, but that still didn't stop me from locking it. As far as I know, she doesn't have any information on it as the pay stubs don't actually have my card number or any information from my account. Just the money I was paid over a certain period. Okay, that's good to know. Again, thanks to all of you who replied. I greatly appreciate all of you. Okay, wow. Well, OP's taking good steps. Update 3, moved my first couple things over to my dad's. Luckily, my mom wasn't home when I did that, so it was really easy. I will continue to do so throughout this week. Yeah, it's smart. Here we go. Update 4. I can no longer view the video feed from the camera. I just get an unable to connect pop-up. I don't think I need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure this out, although I won't know for sure until I go back home tomorrow to grab more stuff. It was still in its normal spot earlier today when I went to grab stuff. Okay. I mean, yeah, OP, I'm also pretty positive that it'd be your mom who messed with your camera. Probably just unplugged it or something, but still another invasion of privacy. Update 5. Sorry for the long wait on the next update. I wanted to stay away from the post for a bit just to clear my head. Yeah, smart. I have moved over a lot more things to my dad's. Also, I have decided that I'm not going to move everything. Some things just aren't worth moving. My dad said he'd help me buy some of the things I won't move over. Oh yeah, and the camera is gone. Not in the trash, like straight up disappeared. I'll just let y'all's thoughts run wild on that, yeah. I'll only update one last time, which is when I'm officially at my dad's. Again, I greatly appreciate every single one of your support. Okay, yeah, OP, this is insane. I really hope that moving stuff to your dad's has been good, and that when you come back to this post, your head is more clear, and that your mom quit snooping through your stuff. But again, I'm really glad that your dad's on your side. I just hope your family doesn't start harassing you after you officially leave. That's a big worry, is that they just keep blowing up your phone. So, you know, stay safe, rely on your dad, and just get out as soon as you can, because that is insane. If you ended up watching this far, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate it. There will be more content like this coming soon. And it was actually really funny. While I was recording the Minecraft piece, I died. I fell in lava trying to sprint and just didn't do it right. Completely whiffed, and all my stuff burned in lava. So I'm going to try and get ahead before the next video drops. In the meantime, though, thank you so much. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.